So you're new to solar power. You've heard about it, you read about it, you want to get into it. But a lot of the stuff is kind of confusing. Well, I'm going to show you a panel today that comes with pretty much everything you need except for the battery and the inverter, and it's incredibly easy to set up. This is the BougeRV 12 volt, 20 watt solar panel charger kit. Alright, so first off I'm going to show you what comes in the kit. We're going to put it together. It's very simple, it won't take very long. And I won't make you sit through it, I'll just show you how it works. And we're going to test it, we're going to try it out. I have my multimeter, I have a battery that I recently, as little as a few days ago, pulled out of my solar battery bank. So we'll be able to charge that up and see how it's working with it. And we're going to find out what this is all about and why it makes it so much easier for somebody who's brand new getting into solar power to use this system. Basically what this is a 20 watt solar panel, and they do have them in higher graduations if you want more power. But it's got the power control charger built in, the charge control I should say. And it's an MPPT control module. It's built into the back. You don't have to worry about overcharging your batteries or anything, and it's one less component you have to buy. Not only that, but the kit comes with brackets. So you've got your brackets set up right here. It's a matter of a couple of screws. You can choose the angle you want to put it at. You can see the angle marks here. You know, you can choose at what angle you want to set it up. And it's got two different types of connectors for whatever you're going to use. Probably we're going to be using these today just to test it out on the old battery. The old battery is still good. It's just I wanted to put a fresher one into my battery bank down there. It's about 3 years old. I usually rotate them out every 3 or 4 years, depending on how they're doing. They're just deep cycle batteries, nothing fancy. But that's what powers my house should the power go down. It powers basic bare essentials. It's not a full house system. It's just a system I put together. So, this little system here consists of 4 monocrystalline cells, a built-in charge control. It'll optimize the conversion at the source so you don't need any external charge controls. And it will also maximize the efficiency of the solar panel to keep worry-free about it. It will run on cloudy days, windy days, winter, whatever. You'll get the most out of it you can possibly get to charge your batteries. Now with that MPPT control output module, it'll keep all the protections in place. So you've got overvoltage, short circuit, reverse battery connection, under 10 voltage. You're pretty much set with it. So it's just like having a charge control, except, let me flip this around for you. It's already built in, and it is in there. It's a little micro charge control system in there already. Now this isn't the biggest panel in the world, but for getting started in something, for getting your foot in the door, you know, this is something amazing. Now, if you live in a apartment complex, and you're lucky enough to have a porch or a patio, you know, that goes out over the side, this is the perfect size. You can stick something like that outside, keep a couple of gel cell batteries in the house, you know, the kind that don't need any maintenance. The ones that I use inside my home-built systems for my ham radio stuff. Those are awesome for indoor use. They're not going to leak, they're not going to spill, they're not going to off gas or anything. So you can do that with an array of that, and you can set yourself up a little bit of backup power. You're not going to run your refrigerator off it, but you might be able to charge a laptop. You might be able to run a small TV, a radio, charge some flashlights, whatever you're going to need to do. And it gets your foot in the door, it gets you an understanding of solar power. And it's rather affordable too. So we're going to show you all the stuff in here, but I want to explain how that charge control works. You'll notice it's just a black box. There is an LED indicator on it. It's got 5 modes of indication. Okay? When it flashes blue, that means the output's normal. Solid blue means it's fully charged. A red means charging like normal. When it flashes red, you know, it'll just do the red flash. And then a solid red means there's an error. Real simple. And this is all over the instructions in the manual here. Very simple manual. There's not much to it. It's pretty simple to use. So, what it includes, you get the panel, you get the manual, you get the conversion cables here and here, okay? And this is the standard connector too, that's kind of cool. You'll get the hexagon key and open spanner, okay? So there's a spanner wrench in here already if you want to mount that into the ground. And you'll get your screws and bolts and everything for mounting this together here, like that. You get 8 hexagon socket screws, 8 metal washers, 8 hexagon nuts, 4 expanded screws, those are those over there, and all your technical data in that manual, real easy to use. So what does it consist of? Well, it's a monocrystalline panel. It's got 4 2x2 cells. The dimensions are 425 by 350 by 18 millimeters. Weighs about 2.95 kilograms. Okay. Front is tempered glass. The frame is aluminum anodized alloy, and the brackets are stainless steel. The panel cable is 9.7 feet or 2.9 meters, and it has their standard SAE connector. So that's really not that bad. I mean, you can stick this out on a porch or a patio. Even if you live in an apartment complex and you're on the ground floor and you have a little outside area, you can still stick that out your door during an emergency. People with HOA issues, I'm sure something like that in your backyard wouldn't raise too much suspicion, especially when you got a big sliding glass door. You just stick it outside and close it up on it, you know, and you can charge stuff during the day without too much of a concern. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to explain these, and we're going to put this together. That's how these work. Find the right one here. Okay, these are how these are going to work. You're going to be facing them on the inside like this. Okay, and you see this. The front hole is going to be your main hole. Everything is going to go in there. No matter what angle you want to put it at, that front hole is going to go there. This is where you're going to adjust back here. So if you want to put it up at more of an angle, maybe you'll put it in this one. Less of an angle, maybe you'll put it down like that, or all the way up like that. I will probably mount it like this because if I want this to catch the setting sun, I want to be able to keep it at that angle so it's facing this way, that way west when the sun sets. But it also gets enough of the morning sun if I just turn it around. You may have to go outside and adjust this during the day. That's just part of, you know, not having a auto system out there. You know, it's a very simple system. So let me put together the brackets and we'll get it mounted up and we'll test it. All right, really quick before we take it outside, I want to show you what I did. Just put these two pieces together. I put it at that middle hole there. Then this just bolts right on here. Was a little bit of a trick getting the screws underneath, but it was easy enough once I figured out how to do it. So what we're going to do is put this outside. Hopefully that they will reach, and I'll put my battery up here, and we'll get our meter out and we'll test this thing out. So the first thing I'm going to do here is give you a quick look at what we've got set up. Over on this side there's your panel. It's sitting facing directly in the sun. Okay. And I've got it running in here onto my battery. Well, not onto my battery yet. It's sitting right there. I'm going to take a reading of the battery first here before we touch anything to it. This has been off of the panels for about a week now. So let's see. There's your plus. There's your minus. Don't want to block the meter. 12.65. I saw it was 12.66 before. I'm going to hook those up. I'm going to watch it go up and see how well that works. Okay. I'm going to have to move the battery a little. Let me move the panel a little. Hold on one sec. Okay, I just moved the panel a tiny little bit and edited that out. So we're going to put the negative and the positive. And now we're going to go up here again. Get that crud off there. Yeah. 13, 5, 6, 7. So you can kind of watch it go up. 13.0. I can't really see it because it's blurry for me. 13.09. 13.10. So you see it's working. I'm going to clip these underneath here. Did that work? No, it just took it off the thing. Alright. So we're going to let this sit and charge for a while I tell you a little more about it. I hope you can see that clearly. And you see it is going up. I don't know what it's rated to cut off at. Probably around 13.4, 13.5. That's normally where they kind of cut out with charge controllers. But this is a really cool system so far. I'm really liking it. I've had it out there now for, well, you saw, all of 10 minutes. And made sure that the lights were working and everything. and now this is charging a battery. And it's that simple. You don't need anything else. Now, of course, you would need a inverter to get anything off this battery, unless you're just using 12 volts running it directly off the battery. But if you've got a boat, all right, if you've got, say, a good one, a scooter, a motorcycle, whatever, you always want to keep the battery topped off if you store it for long periods of time. This is an excellent way with that charger and that panel to do that. It's also a really cool way to keep your stuff topped off and ready to go. Now, I don't know, I wouldn't rely too heavily on such a small panel for heavy duty stuff, but if I were to have a 100 amp hour gel cell battery in my house, and they're usually safe to keep indoors, and this panel outside on my patio, even in a deed restricted or homeowners community, you could do something like that. You could always have that ready to go. So with an inverter, you're ready to go right away. You just connect your inverter to the terminals, put it down here, plug in your stuff, just make sure not to go over what the inverter is rated for, and you're really ready to go. You're all set. So it's definitely a cool little system. You definitely see it is charging the battery. We're up to 13.28 now. So we're going to let that run a little bit, and I'm just going to play with it today and see how well it does. This battery is going to either get recycled or just turned in for the core. And I have a couple more that I want to rotate out for my other system. I actually have two little backup solar systems over on the side there in my garage that will power larger things like my freezer and stuff. But this is one of the batteries I rotated out, and it seems to be doing pretty well, getting charged up by that little panel. Anyway, folks, I'm going to bring that panel back up and let you know the price and where you can get all the stuff and where you can pick it up. And we'll finish up the video. But let me get this off here, and we'll bring the panel back up. All right, I still got it connected. It went down to 1291. Yeah, the lights were working perfectly out there. It was blinking red, showing me that it was charging on the back, on the charge control. So that's really cool. Definitely pleased with the system. It does what it says it's going to do. Probably going to be using this for a smaller gel cell system that I have set up. And I want to be able to have it mobile and ready to go if I need it. This could even be used for, one of those solar generator type, power generator type packs that they advertise. You could even use it for that if you wanted to. So it's a fairly handy little device. And it's really not all that big. Doesn't take up a ton of space. It can fold flat if you want. You would just take out these little side bolts. That little side bolt right there. Just unscrew that and fold it flat. Put it in your car, ready to go. So, definitely does what it says it's supposed to do. Pleased with it. Seemed to charge that up pretty fast. It seems to be holding a charge too, which is good because I kind of thought this battery was starting to go on me. So that's a good deal. These run $54.99, so $55. Now you may think for a 20-watt solar panel that's kind of lame, but you got to remember, it's not just a 20-watt solar panel. It comes with a charge control in it. So if you buy a 20-watt solar panel and then a charge control, you're already into this for $60-70 already. So you're really getting everything all at once, and you don't have any of the hassles of trying to figure out how to hook it up, how to do anything with it. It's ready to go for you. I will put a link down below where you can pick one up. Don't forget to check out our affiliate store down below there as well. And don't forget to check out our Food for Patriots link. We definitely see a good time to start stocking up on food right about now. I'm definitely doing what I can do myself personally to get everything topped off. Lots of things going on in the world. I don't like to mention too much stuff because I don't like to either get political and or run afoul of any YouTube rules. But there is a lot of stuff going on in the world. Definitely time to get prepared for it. And food is a definite necessity. So it's preparewithiridium.com. That's preparewithiridium.com. 25-year shelf life food. We've got deals on the 4-week and the 2-week kit running right now. If you go there, you can grab that deal. Also, our Thrive Life link as well. Tomorrow's video is going to be about Thrive Life, so make sure you check it out because it's a chance to get in very inexpensively if you've been interested in being a consultant or just being a consultant and making the money off your own orders and saving money. So anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.